It's Flying Friday, and today we look at yet another fairy movie, Secret of the Wings. This was the fourth of ultimately 6 Tinkerbell movies Disney produced as part of an attempt to create something of a fairy-centric universe. It's difficult to say, but perhaps this was an attempt to plug into the success enjoyed by Winx Club, which I discovered a few weeks ago. Although it often uses a fairly flat background, there is plenty to enjoy in 3D here. So much so, I'd say that visually, there is rarely a dull moment in Secret of the Wings. One of the neater moments is when we visit the Canadian border. Seeing the land neatly divided between clear skies and snow-packed flurries was a fascinating stereo sight. I can't quite put my finger on why, but it's something about the surreal nature of that shot, combining 2 natural scenes that you would never normally see together in real life. Perhaps it challenges the context-generating part of my mind. North of the border, we do get some terrific ice reflections. We visit a nice crystal cave that I guess doubles as something of a memory machine, like perhaps Superman's Fortress of Solitude. We see a bit of animation take place not on, but within its walls. This slight inset is never too overt, but makes for an effective stereo moment, somewhat akin to peering through a window. Very similar to looking through a mirror, actually. Another reflective moment we get to enjoy in 3D was also found within the floor of this cave, which not only reflected, but allowed us to see light well below their feet, providing a satisfying sense of the ice depth extending miles below. And elsewhere, we do get actual mirror shots as well, which are always a treat to see in stereo. Mirrors seem to be at their best when they're not too clean. The particles coming between the viewer and reflection seems to really sell the look. Unless we are in water, we rarely see things suspended above the ground. It perhaps triggers that imaginative part of the brain. Of course, in this movie, everything can fly, so we get plenty of things suspended above the ground, swooping around. And in a way, this gives us a similar experience to what would normally be found in the water movie, with things floating here and there, sometimes in lovely large swarms that flutter around the screen. And occasionally, we even get a few close flybys, reminding us of the Z-axis. But what is even better is the simple fact that the fairy wings are translucent. Similar to the ice mirrors, we are constantly treated to this holographic light overlay flapping in front of us. Now, this is Disney, but lower budget Disney, meant primarily for home viewing. However, it did get a couple of weeks in theater, probably to cash in on the popular 3D craze at the time. Low-budget affairs are often lessons in asset recycling, and although that is true here, I felt there was more variety given than most movies intended for the home, with a few interesting settings only being shown for a brief shot. Understandably, though, most of the artistry went into cute animals with big Disney eyes. As such, I imagine most kids will be absolutely delighted by this. Story-wise, it's a cautionary tale about letting in too many Canadians. Before you know it, there are snowflakes everywhere, everyone's complaining, and nothing seems to work. Surprisingly, not a musical. Although it has elongated best friends forever moments, the movie is remarkably well-paced and never feels sluggish or rushed. If you ever find yourself held hostage by the neighborhood kids, you might consider offering this for your release.